same thing I stood in front of the unit and said. Everybody could point the finger at TA, but you know why we were able to knock out the run game? Because he was playing with no help behind him for probably 50% of that game. Now, it's no excuse. It's just the job you signed up for. You signed that contract as a corner in the NFL. You're expected to do that. But let's make no mistake about it. I told D-line, how would you like to go out there on that island while you guys having fun in here in the box, knowing there's nobody back there? So I want that to be said. It's not like this kid, I'm down on TA or TA's having a bad year. That's not it. We're talking a few plays. But when you play out there, those few plays get exposed and highlighted a lot more than it does. The interior D-line might have gotten reached 5, 6, 7 times. The same amount of times he's gotten beat on the perimeter, but nobody's putting that in tabloids because it's not seen and exposed like a corner. So it's just growing pains. This kid's very young. I don't know, what is he, 22? 20? He's very young, and he's still in the developmental stages. All we have to do right now is find a way to bring the confidence that we saw when you were out there against Jameson Williams and St. Brown all camp to game day. That's all we got to do, and it's our jobs as coaches to help the player and find a way to get that done.
All right, man. So apparently it's going around that Calvin Shepard is basically saying they're demoting Terrion Arnold. That you're going to see more of Amik Roberts play on the out. I'm guessing you're going to see more of Amik Roberts play outside corner. I mean, he had a terrible grade inside the nickel. My thing is this. I mean, are they going to play more base coverage now? So will the Lions be more of a base formation team, more of a 4-3 team than a nickel? So are we kind of just saying, you know what, we just going to get rid of the nickel and we're going to go base coverage and then we'll match up when we have to? Because is Terrion sliding into the nickel? Is Avon Maddox going to the nickel? Are we going to put Roxanne Sin at the safety position and bring BB back down to the nickel? I got questions, and maybe they've already been answered. Are Terrion going to go to the nickel? So, I mean, he said this is not a demotion. This is about how well, Amik has been doing, and he wanted Amik to get snaps because he's been playing well. Well, he had a terrible grade last week. But what we did find out at the end of last season, he tends to be a better outside corner than a nickel. Despite his size and his height, he's a better outside corner than nickel. My question to that is, who's going to be on the inside? Or when we go nickel, is you going to put Amik back at the nickel position? I got questions. Check out Detroit Lions Talk playlist. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. So that's the $1 million question I have. Are BB going to go back to the nickel? Roxanne going to go to the nickel? Terrion going to go to the nickel? Or are we going to put Amik back to the nickel? But just fuels criticism, or this just fuels the criticism, or gives validation to the criticism that Terrion Arnold's been getting. So this is just going to be vindication for those who say he's not that good or he's trash. And a lot of people in comments said we played well in the second half. But on the other side, Amik Roberts was terrible. But maybe Amik's just better. Obviously he's better on the outside. So then you ask yourself, Amik Roberts in the contract year, right? In reality, you probably shouldn't have to go get DJ Reed, which he's been phenomenal. So you shouldn't have to go get DJ Reed because you drafted Terrion Arnold. You drafted Ennis Rackstraw. You brought in Amik Roberts. At this point in time, just think about the trickle-down effect. At this point in time, with those three guys, at this point, you trade for Carlton Davis, you rent him for a year, you had a great year. You're like, okay, man, Terrion, Amik, and Rackstraw, they can take it over right here. Now, we got some Amik insurance in case one ain't ready, and we bring in some couple other guys, so we good to go. But, Ennis Rackstraw can't stay healthy. Terrion been dealing with injuries. People forget he got the groin injury. So you just sitting there and you thinking like, if those two draft picks will stay healthy and worked out, you got 2 corners on a rookie deal. You got Amik on a solid deal. You probably keep him around for another 2 or 3 years. You ain't got to pay all that money to DJ Reed nor Carlton Davis. In the alternate universe, you chose to keep Carlton Davis. You could have put that money to an additional pass rusher and been good. But then we can go back and say, well, if they knew Levi Onwuzurike had a back injury, they should have took somebody else. If they knew Josh Pascal has been dealing with all these injuries all through his house career, the Lions could look a lot different. And it just seemed like they had a lot of easy decisions to make when it came to Onwuzurike and Pascal. it should have been a no-go. And they could have easily picked somebody else, but we ain't gonna venture off to that. So, TA got more time to do his fucking podcast now. I like TA, man. He hell of a dude. I think he'd be a hell of a player. But this gotta be a blow to somebody's to your confidence. This has to be a blow to your confidence. It has to be. It has to be. And now, you got to go to that pond. I'll be wondering, like, when people be driving all crazy, swerving, like, where are you going? It ain't nowhere that you in a rush to go like that. So, like, real talk, man, I say this every video, they need drivers reform. Because people be just driving this fast. All right, if you drive fast because you late for work or you late to pick the kids up or something important every now and again, but if you always driving fast because you always late somewhere, man, be a fucking adult. Get up a little bit early. You know what I'm saying? Be a fucking adult. Be punctual. But if you constantly just you driving crazy, like, I hate people like that. And then they want to tailgate and ride your ass. It's just like, it's crazy, man. I don't get it. But back to him. I mean, yeah, it's devastating. Maybe it's a wake-up call for him to get better and not have those mental lapses. He had mental lapses versus Green Bay. He had mental lapses versus Chicago. He had mental. So basically, they just like, man, sit your ass down. And he was like, yeah, it's not. It says more about Amik. Amik just had a worse fucking rating than Pro Football Focus rating than TA. So don't bullshit a bullshitter. Like, now, if he want to say basically, I like Amik Roberts, I think our best chance was Amik Roberts playing on the outside and TA will continue to learn, then yeah, I agree with that. But for you to come in that same draft and have two corners, you have two corners in the same draft, and one can't produce because he can't stay healthy, and the other one just simply can't produce. He having lapses on the field. It's like, it's not a good look. It's not a good look. So, but I was telling y'all, man, I wanted Quinyon Mitchell. I was so upset when the Eagles took Quinyon Mitchell. I mean, then you struggling and you start a podcast, that might have been the death blow right there. They're like, oh, this motherfucker, he wanted to start a podcast? Man, get your ass on the bench. Get your ass on the bench. And also, it could be he had the groin injury too, and maybe they want to let him rest the groin. But Amik probably outside corner for outside corner. Amik is probably a better outside corner than Terrion Arnold. And I just want to see what they're going to do with the nickel position. But you can't have 3 games where you have lapses like that. You just can't have it. So he'll learn, maybe get healthy, and at some point his number will get called again. They'll try to rotate him in and sprinkle him in here and there. That's what they're gonna try to do. I can promise you that. I can promise you that. So let me know what you girls and guys think. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. The subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit on notification, increase your chance for notifications. We go live and drop video. Check out Detroit Lions Talk playlist. You can find me everywhere from X, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal. Appreciate the love and support. They German Shepherd was sitting there all nice. That's one dog I'm scared of, German Shepherd. Got your ass, Mr. Postman. But I appreciate y'all. Peace.